Now we have a lot of breaking news to cover in this video about your third stimulus payment from the IRS and the Social Security Administration. So guys, the IRS and the Social Security Administration are working hard to send out those payments. In fact, a couple million people across the country have already received a $1,400 stimulus check. Now folks, what about you? Have you received a $1,400 stimulus check from the IRS? If so, tell me down in the comments. But if you did not receive a stimulus check yet, don't worry, because in this video, I'm going over the latest news from the IRS, SSA, and the Treasury Department about where your stimulus check is at. The whole goal of this channel is to provide you guys with the most up-to-date and reliable stimulus check news, because I want to see every member of my community get that $1,400 stimulus check that they so well deserve. You guys don't deserve to be suffering, and you guys need a stimulus check right now. So I hope that the IRS and the Treasury Department can speed up the process and give you a $1,400 stimulus check ASAP. If you guys agree, then leave a comment down below saying I agree. And also folks, remember that I'm still running an Amazon gift card giveaway. This upcoming Friday, I'll be announcing 2 more winners of a free $100 Amazon gift card. And if you would like to enter to win, all you gotta do is smash the like button on this video and share this video with your friends and family so they too can get the most up-to-date and reliable stimulus check news. Now everybody, here's the latest news on stimulus. About 30 million Social Security recipients, like yourselves, who are still waiting to receive the third stimulus check, could see the money arrive very soon. And that's great news, everybody. In fact, the SSA on Thursday sent the IRS missing files that have been delaying payments for about 30 million people. That's at least according to the House Ways and Means Committee. So folks, since the SSA has just given the IRS all of the very important information about a third stimulus check and your bank account information, that means that you're most likely going to receive a stimulus check this week. And I believe that is just awesome. This development came after a group of House Democrats demanded the IRS and SSA accelerate the distribution of checks to individuals who are now required to file tax returns, many of whom are low income. Now the administration turned over necessary information in 24 hours to the IRS so that they can process those stimulus checks. So finally everybody, it looks like most of you guys are going to be getting the help that you very much need. The lawmakers blame the Social Security Administration Commissioner, Andrew Saul, for holding back your stimulus payments. Saul said in a statement on Thursday night that the delay to a lack of funding and political red tape prevented the administration from working with the Treasury Department or the IRS before the American Rescue Plan was passed. But he said, once we were free to move forward, we aggressively worked with the Treasury and the IRS to issue good Americans a third stimulus payment. Now the SSA said it began working with the IRS on March 17 to transfer the necessary files. It successfully delivered the information to the agency this morning, and that cleared the way for you to get a stimulus check this week. Now everybody, be sure to check your bank account and mailbox, because the stimulus payments can come in 3 separate ways. Either through direct deposit, if the IRS has your bank account information on file, or in the mail as a prepaid debit card like Direct Express, or as a paper check. So folks, please be sure to not throw out any important mail from the IRS. You don't want to throw away your third stimulus payment. Now, additional batches will be sent out in coming weeks. That's according to the IRS, but it did not provide more guidance about when Americans can expect to see the money land in their bank accounts. Individuals with an AGI of $75,000 or less, and couples with an AGI of $150,000 or less are eligible to receive the fully promised $1,400 payments. But Americans who earn more than the threshold line will still receive a partial check. Now guys, you can check the status of the payment using the IRS Get My Payment tool. But even though the IRS and the SSA are still sending out those stimulus checks, I know a lot of you guys are still suffering and waiting for a stimulus payment to arrive. So here's the latest news on the Direct Express. AARP sent letters to both the Social Security Administration and the IRS on Thursday, urging them to provide clear information on when beneficiaries could expect their payments. Many federal beneficiaries who filed 2019 or 2020 returns, like yourself, or if any of you guys use the non-filers tool on the IRS website to update the information, have already received a stimulus payment. Folks, look on the bright side. The IRS has already delivered roughly 127 million payments in 2 batches, totaling around $325 billion in total. Up to 2 million workers could be left with no jobless benefits until next month, as states reprogrammed unemployment systems. The delay comes nearly 2 weeks after Joe Biden signed the $1.9 trillion relief bill and expanded many jobless programs. Under the latest deal, unemployed workers would continue to get the additional $300 a week. The PUA and PUEC were all expanded under the legislation. So that is all of the news in this video. If you guys found this video useful and helpful, be sure to subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, and leave me a comment down below.
will unveil his two-part economic recovery proposal. First, an infrastructure plan based off of a $1.5 trillion package House Democrats introduced last year. That's paired with a hike in the corporate tax rate. The second piece will focus on education and social programs based off of Biden's campaign proposals and will be paired with a hike in taxes on those making over $400,000. Today, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg told me the final package, its pay-fors, and its legislative path are still being worked out.
I'm hearing a lot of appetite to make sure that there are sustainable funding streams. And again, at the same time, we know there's a great return on investment on infrastructure, so some level of deficit financing could make sense.
Lawmakers say they expect the price tag to land somewhere between $3.2 and $3.5 trillion. Wilf and Sarah?
Claudia, let me start with you. To me, it feels like inflation is going up, my food prices are going up, my airline tickets are going up, but is it transitory?
Well, I think the first thing to remember is those prices were so low, right? I mean, if you think about airline prices, the traffic that was going, it was basically incomprehensible. So some of the rise in prices is going to be a reflection of the fact that what we have been living is not normal, right? And so in some categories we need to see that, right? So these businesses can make money and pay their workers. Now, more broadly, like if you look across all consumer spending and the prices, and that was just the news update, right? We are going to see those numbers come up. Again, we had very low inflation rates, well below the 2% that the Fed thinks we need to have a functioning economy and hit their mandate. And we're probably going to see some above that. And again, that's a sign that we are getting back to a healthy economy and people are getting back to work.
When many schools had to go remote learning, many of you had to go it alone. Teachers had to change everything overnight and become tech support, social workers, often while trying to take care of their own children. Administrators had to become procurement officers, making sure everyone had devices and a way to connect to the internet from home. We saw bus drivers dropping off meals instead of picking kids up. And there's been so much heroic work to help children stay connected, but it's hard. It's connected to school as well as connected to each other, which is almost as important. And now we have a partner in our administration. Getting our kids safely back in school is essential. And that's why I set a goal of reopening the majority of our K-8 schools by my 100th day in office. That's why I directed all states and territories to make educators and other school staff eligible to receive vaccinations this month, including the bus drivers. That's why the CDC released a roadmap to safely reopen schools. And that's why the Department of Education is working closely with states and districts to help put all of that guidance into action. And I'm really proud to announce that starting today, states will begin receiving nearly